This is Bear, a 27-year-old quarter horse that was on a scale of 1 to 10. He was about a 1/2. He was just barely able to stand. He has put on about 150 pounds or more in the last 6 weeks that he's been here since we picked him up. He's filled out here, he's even filling out here a little, just walking, and the swelling went down in his feet. His tongue and his cheeks were raw and bloody, and the poor darling absolutely couldn't. Every time he'd bite down, he would get a piece of a tongue or a piece of his cheek, and he became so incredibly terrified to eat. When we got him here and put him on a soft diet, and this is the diet we use, which is pellets that are completely broken down and soft. I mix the pellets, beef pulp, vitamins, and then to top it off with Equine Senior. This is a combination of alfalfa hay and Timothy hay. We alternate it with pure alfalfa, but now that he's been able to eat the alfalfa leaves, we're giving him Timothy alfalfa combination. And these can be very, very hard, and you have to break them apart, because if you have an elderly horse that doesn't have molars in the back where he can chew, they can choke on these if you don't. Even after you soak them, some of them don't become penetrated by the water, and they're not soft, and a horse can get them stuck in their throat. So you have to be very careful that these big cubes are soft enough and break up. Then we put them in scalding hot water, or very hot water. We put the whole thing in. You put a half a pail of water and about 2/3 of a pail of these pellets, and I try to break them apart. From that to this, as you can see, is nice and soft, and then we also mix it with beet pulp. And I like to put the beet pulp probably on the bottom of the pail, and then again on top, because this really swells and absorbs, and this becomes excellent roughage for the horse, and it pushes the grain through the intestines. And I put it on the floor, which is the natural way for horses to graze. Otherwise, if you put it in a bucket or in something, he'll paw and knock it all over. And this way, its back is close to nature, and you can see how he eats this in a very natural state, and he doesn't become all excited and paw and crib. And on this, I put a handful of a high potent vitamin, and then I will give him, we have him up to 3 times a day, of 2 large scoops, which is probably about 6-8 pounds total, of Equine Senior for the very elderly horses. And of course, that's the part they love the most. And now he will eat this. We have him now down to 3 times a day. When they first come in, we start them on small amounts of grain 7 times a day, like a pound, about 7 times. Second, third day, we increase it. Here, he had nothing but a bone, 2 bones here and here. There was absolutely not one speck of muscle. In just this short time, he's beginning to fill out. I would say in about another month, unless there's something else that we're finding that's wrong, but I don't think so, because he's gaining weight so readily. In the last 2 weeks, he's been able to masticate hay, and we give him alfalfa hay, and he laps up the leaves, and so he's well on his way to becoming healthy as a horse.